My son is about to turn 6 months old. Last week, he got his hands on one of those stacking rings. He held it and then he turned it over. And then, with this look of total concentration, he tried to fit it onto the post. And he missed. He tried again, he missed again. And then finally, on the fourth attempt, he got it. Pure triumph. I watched this tiny human run his own experiment. Trial, error, adjustment, success. No one taught him, no one gave him the answer, he just figured it out. Then I picked up my phone and saw a post about a new high school program promising to make students millionaires by graduation using AI, or you get 100% of the tuition refunded. I looked back at my son on his playmat and thought, what does this kid actually need to know by the time he starts high school in 2040? So first things first, entry-level job postings in the US dropped 35% between January 2023 and June 2025. Goldman Sachs estimates up to 300 million jobs globally could be affected by generative AI. After cutting nearly half of Block's workforce, Jack Dorsey predicted that within the next year, the majority of companies is going to reach the same conclusion. And Block's stock jumped 24% that day. I talked more about that in last week's video. Check it out if you want to hear more. The traditional playbook was simple. Get good grades, go to a good college, get a good job, and retire. That playbook is breaking down in real time. By the time my son is old enough to use it, it won't exist at all. So this week, I'm going to talk about what we're going to teach him instead. By the way, if you are not subscribed yet, hit that button. I break down what's really happening in AI, tech, and the future of work every week. So let's get into it. Number 1, teach them how to learn, not what to learn. In 1984, Benjamin Bloom proved that a student tutored one-on-one performs better than 98% of students in a traditional classroom. He called it the 2 Sigma problem and challenged educators to deliver that kind of personalized learning at scale. So for 40 years, nobody could. AI is now the first real shot at solving it. But here's the critical distinction. A kid who asks ChatGPT for the answer to a question is simply copying homework. The research confirms that it actually makes learning worse. But a kid who uses AI as a Socratic learning partner, one that adapts to how they think, asks what they believe the first step is, and adjusts to what they're building, is building a completely different muscle. The most valuable skill in the AI era is going to be the ability to structure your own learning and know the difference between getting an answer and actually understanding something, just like the stacking rings. Number 2, critical thinking over credentials. AI is the most capable generalist ever produced. It can write passable copy, generate serviceable analysis, and produce reasonable first drafts of almost anything. If your child competes with AI in breadth, they will lose. The value is shifting to the person who can evaluate what AI produces, spot what's wrong, and ask questions. IBM's chief HR officer said it plainly. The entry-level jobs that you had 2 to 3 years ago, AI can do most of them, so you have to rewrite every job. A diploma tells an employer your child sat in a room for 4 years. Critical thinking tells an employer that they can be trusted with decisions. I know which one I want my son to have. Number 3, build things, ship things. This is where the school I mentioned gets pretty interesting, even if you have questions about the model. They use AI to compress academics into 2 hours per day. The rest of the time, students work on real projects. Food trucks, businesses, musicals. Their entrepreneurial track promises the students will generate $1 million in revenue by graduation, or you'll get the entire tuition fully refunded. Is that realistic for every student? Probably not. The results obviously haven't been independently verified, and the tuition ranges from 10 grand to over 75,000. But the underlying principle is sound. Teach kids to create, iterate, and ship, not just consume and memorize. A teenager today can build and launch a product using natural language. The kids who learn to take ideas from concept to reality will have a massive advantage over the kids who only learn how to pass exams. All right, quick pause. If you're a parent thinking about how to prepare your kids for the AI era, drop a comment below. What are you teaching them? What are you worried about? I read every single comment, and I think we're just figuring this all out together. Anyways, back to the list. Number 4, money is a skill, not a subject. When my husband and I got married in our early 20s, we were both in debt. He became obsessed with tracking every dollar on a spreadsheet. Watching the debt shrink became satisfying, then watching the savings grow, then investing. That early discipline is the reason we have choices today that most people our age don't. Most schools still don't teach personal finance. Kids graduate without understanding compound interest, tax brackets, or why their 401k match is just free money. In a world where companies can restructure entire departments overnight and the stock price goes up, financial literacy and multiple streams of income are really just survival skills. We'll teach our son about money the way that my husband taught himself. Tangible, trackable, and real. Number 5, double down on what makes them human. Empathy, reading a room, navigating conflict, making someone feel heard. These are the skills that make someone a great leader, a great partner, and a great parent. No model, no matter how advanced, can simulate them. As more work gets automated, the people who rise will be the ones who can build trust, lead teams through uncertainty, and make ethical calls with incomplete information. These skills start early with how you talk to your kids about their feelings, how you model empathy at your own dinner table, and how you let them fail and sit with that discomfort instead of rushing to fix it. Here's the thing. We don't all have the answers. My son is almost 6 months old. He doesn't know what AI is. He's just trying to get that ring on the post. But as his parents, our job is to start asking the right questions now while we still have time. The old playbook was good grades, good college, good job, retire. The new one is still being written, but it looks more like learn how to learn, build things, stay adaptable, own your financial future, and never stop developing the skill that no machine can replace. And honestly, that actually sounds more free to me. If you found this video helpful, subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. And send this to a parent who's thinking about the exact same things. We are all figuring this out together. For more on AI, tech, and the future of work, sign up for my newsletter, $1 Billion Energy. The link is in the description, and I will see you next week.